Hi, and welcome back to Monday Motivation, the video series to help you kickstart your week with energy and inspiration. Today, we're going to talk about taking inventory of how you spend your time. We're coming to the end of 2016, and one of the things I always like to think about at the end of the year is how I spent my time and how I would do things differently moving forward. So I look at listing everything that I can think of that I spent a decent amount of time on. So for instance, writing blog posts or sending out email newsletters or posting on Instagram or taking photos for social media or even personal things like walking the dogs, whatever it is. I tried to make a list of things that I spent a decent amount of time on. It would also include things like going to a conference or taking an online course. And I think to myself, if I had it to do over again, would I still spend time on these things? And if not, why not? Did I feel like it was a waste of time? Did I not really enjoy it? Did I not get as much out of it as I thought it would? And it helps me to figure out what to spend my time on in the next year. Helps me figure out what is a really good use of my time versus what isn't such a good use of my time. And I recommend this to everybody, to sit down, make a list of things that you spent your time on in this past year, and then say to yourself, would I still spend time on this if I had it to do over again? And what do I want to continue spending my time on in 2017, in the new year? I think it's just a really good exercise to take notice of the past year and how you did things, because if you don't, then you often don't change it. And we get better through looking at ourselves and self-reflection and figuring out what really worked for us and what didn't. And it's different for everybody. Something that might work really well for me might not work well for you, and you might not want to spend time on it. So that's the task for this week. Sit down, make a list of the things that you spent time on this past year, and for each one, ask yourself, would I do it again? And then figure out how you're going to spend your time in 2017, what you're going to say yes to, what you're going to say no to. When you look at this list, it'll be really clear the things that you want to say yes to in the upcoming year and the things that you're going to want to pass on. Maybe you don't want to go to that conference again, or maybe you don't want to take an online course by that same person again, or maybe you want to take all of her courses because they were amazing and you got so much out of the first one. Really depends person to person. So that's the task for this week, is just to take inventory of how you spent your time this year and what you would do differently. I'm April from Blacksburg Bell, and I will see you again next week with another episode of Monday Motivation.